Alright, welcome back to All Classics Restoration, and the time has come finally to move on to some new projects in the shop. We've had this 63 Austin Healey 3000 that's been here for a little while at the shop waiting to have its turn to come on inside. Well, that time has come. So we brought the car inside. We're going to do a walk around on this and show you everything about the car, and then we're going to put it up on the lift and take a look underneath and see what things look like. But just a little backstory on this. This car is owned by a gentleman who lives nearby in Charlotte, and the car has pretty much been in his family a long time. It was his father's car. It's an original California car. Spent some time in Arizona and then came here to North Carolina. So it's a very rust-free car, which is good because that's going to save a lot of money on the total cost of the restoration because we don't have very many, if any, rust repairs to do. But it has had a paint job put on it previously. You can see this paint job kind of looks nice, but it doesn't because this surface was not prepped right in any way, shape, or form before this work was done. And all this paint is bubbling and delaminating from the surface. And it all needs to be stripped all the way down to bare metal and prepped properly before the work goes forward. So Ashton's going to help me get the car cleaned out today, and we're going to start disassembling some of the parts and cataloging what we have and what we have to work with so we know what things need to be replaced, which things need to be replated, or which things can be used and just cleaned up. So we're going to get to work on this car here shortly, but first we'll take you for a walk around and show you the car. Alright, this car, pretty much all original. It's got the straight 6 with the 3 carburetors on it. Now, I have done a little bit of work to this car, which I'll have out in a video after this one, where I attempted to, well, I did a compression check on the engine and also applied some fuel into the carburetors, and I got it to start up and run. So we know the engine's good, which, again, is going to save some money on the total of the restoration cost, because really all we'll need to do is we're going to send the carburetors out and have them redone. We're going to go through and put some new gaskets in the engine and make sure everything is nice and tight and we've got no major oil leaks. We'll replace hoses, anything rubber that needs to be replaced will replace. We're just going to make sure that the engine is not going to give any issues down the road as far as anything happening with it that way. As far as the rest of the car, like I said, I have previously checked this and I didn't see any major rust issues. These cars can be bad for rusting, but since this was in a dry climate most of its life, I think it's going to be pretty solid car. But we get up close here.
Papa, I found a butterfly.
Okay. We can see what's going on with the paint everywhere on this car. It's bubbling. We've got it happening back here. It's just a really bad prep job. The paint job itself came out nice, but if your prep work isn't good, you can see here it's just bubbling apart. If your prep work isn't right, paint job's not going to last. Same thing was going on with the hood. Several areas the paint was coming up, and I previously put some epoxy primer on things just to keep it from rusting while it was sitting waiting to come in. Now this hard top is not in good shape. This is a fiberglass hardtop, and the gel coat, I believe, is delaminating from the rest of the top. It's got a lot of cracks in it all over the top. Paint's bubbling off. And the owner of the car is not really concerned about the hardtop. He said if we can save it, save it. If not, don't worry about it. It's got a soft top, and he'll just go ahead and use that. Glass in the car is in good shape as far as the windshield. This car does not have roll-up windows. It has these side curtains right here And this one's broke, but it has these side curtains that go in there that somewhat keep the rain out when you're driving the car.
The engine doesn't work either.
This car will probably never see another drive in the rain, so we don't even know if we're going to go ahead and repair those or not. We may just leave them alone. But this is what the car looks like now, so we're going to get into tearing this thing apart. We're going to strip it completely down, pull the body off the frame, have the frame sent out and blasted. We're going to take the engine out and check the transmission. We're going to go through the rear end, make sure all the brakes are good. Just make sure the car is going to be safe to drive. And like I said, we'll have the frame blasted. We'll get it painted up nice, and then go through all the suspension and everything else that needs to be done with it.
Can I paint it with you?
Well, I've gone ahead and got the inside of the car kind of cleaned out here. And just one thing I wanted to show you on these cars. Now, remember, this is a 1963 model. But there's this little collar on the steering column. And if you twist the collar, loosen it up, you can move the steering wheel in or move it up. You got about, I don't know, 4 inches of travel there. So if you're a bigger person, you can push the wheel all the way in. If you're a little smaller, you can bring it out or put it somewhere in between, wherever you need to get yourself comfortable to drive one of these cars. Also, the turn signals, where are they? There's no stalk on the column. Well, it's this little switch right here on top, and that's your turn signal switch. Just a couple of neat little things I found on this car. Well, we got the Healey on the lift, up in the air, which wasn't an easy task. This is a very low slung car, and getting the lift arms underneath of it was a little bit of a challenge. But anyhow, we're taking a look at things underneath here. It's kind of a mix of some antiquated pieces and some things that are a little bit ahead of time on these cars, such as the fact that they do have disc brakes in the front, but yet they have kingpin suspension. As you can see by that long rod there, that is a kingpin attached to the upper and lower control arms. There's no ball joints here. So that is a little bit old school. Steering gearbox, no rack and pinion. It does have a sway bar, although it is a little on the small side, but for the size of the car, it's probably okay. I'm seeing some things that have been taken care of on the car. Like I see the brake hoses look like they've been replaced. The calipers may have been done. The brakes look new inside of there. So we're going to go ahead and check some things, but we do see like bushings for the sway bar kind of wore out. Now the end link ones are deteriorating, so we'll need to replace those. But let's look on down. The car does have some oil leaks, as we can see here, which is kind of typical with British cars. They tend to leak oil as soon as they get into the showroom and never stop until they don't run anymore. But we'll go through and reseal some things on the engine. Like I said, the engine does run and it sounds good. It's got good compression, so I see no reason really to dig too deep into the engine other than to try and get some of these oil leaks slowed down. We see brake lines and whatnot here. We'll probably replace all of the brake lines. And one of the things that I wasn't expecting to see is the fact that this car is a unibody car. It is not a body-on-frame car. Now, I've done a British sports car in the past. I did a 1960 MGA many years ago that was body-on-frame. This is a unibody. So we cannot take the body off the frame. But we will disassemble the car as far down as we can get it. We'll pull everything out, and we're going to end up sending the body up so that it can get completely sandblasted and cleaned up, so the underneath of this car will look new. Again, transmission, very beefy looking transmission for a little car. And it does have some leaks too, so we'll have to see about sealing that up some. You might say, well, how do you work on this thing? Well, I'm looking at it from underneath. It appears that the transmission tunnel is removable from the top side. And that would make access to a lot of the mountings and the speedometer cable and whatnot very easy to get at with the tunnel removed. Working our way back, the exhaust appears to be fairly new from the muffler to the back, although it is not really sitting where it needs to be. The frame has these cutouts in it, the whole length where the exhaust sits, so you can see it's not sitting up, tucked up tight as it should be, which when we get to the rear kind of makes these pipes hang down a little low. They may be even a little long. I might cut them back somewheres. So if we cut them back here so they're more even with the bumper, so when you're walking behind a car you're not killing your shins on the exhaust pipes. Rear suspension, again, this is some antiquated technology, although look at the size of that differential in the rear. That thing is huge for this small car. I'm really surprised. You could probably convert this to a V8 car, small V8, low horsepower V8 car, and it not be a problem for this rear end to handle that. We've got drum brakes in the rear, and we have old style lever shocks, which are these here. This is the arm, and this is the hydraulic cylinder inside, and it works, it pivots, this lever pivots, moves the valves inside. The hydraulic fluid helps dampen the springs. Brake cables probably will get replaced. I'm looking at the wiring. It's looking original. Probably we will end up replacing most of the wiring in this car. The fuel pump appears to be fairly new, although I don't think it was working when I was trying to get the car running. I'm not sure what the deal is with that yet. I'm going to try and see if I can't get that to work so I know whether or not I need to replace it. Leaf springs, they look okay. I'm not sure about the ride height on these cars, where it should be. I'll have to check into that. If springs need to be replaced, we'll go ahead and replace them. But as far as rust, this car, very, very clean. Very, very solid car. Again, it was a California car, Arizona car, then North Carolina. It never really saw any harsh weather, so it has survived to the point of it just doesn't have any rust. These fenders, there's no plastic filler anywhere in that fender. Rockers sound good. Now this quarter panel may have a little bit. That kind of sounds like it has a small area here that had some rust. We'll take a look at this other side. Again, nothing. All solid. Floor pans, all solid. Now there is surface rust on the inside. There is some surface rust here. But for the most part, I don't see myself having to do any major repairs as far as rust. I think everything's going to be minor, small patches here and there if needed. Again, this may have some plastic in it here. We got a little bubble here, right here. That may require a little piece of metal in here, but doors, they're solid, no plastic. This is just unbelievable find. I can reach up in here. I don't feel any rot, any plastic. Really, really, really clean car. It's got a few dents back here. We can take care of all that stuff. But as far as having to spend a lot of money on rust repair on this car, not going to happen. Very little bit. So this is going to be a real treat to restore this car, starting out with such a solid piece. Well, there you have it. That's a preview of our upcoming project here, this 1963 Austin Healey 3000 Mark II. Again, thanks for following along. I hope you're going to enjoy this project. This is going to be a really neat project to get into. Again, this one should go quickly without having any rust repair. It's just really a matter of getting the body straight, getting a good paint job on it, and getting all the finishing touches done so that this car looks as good as it did when it was new, if not better than when it was new. So I appreciate everybody following along. Again, if you haven't done so, please subscribe. My channel is growing slowly, but still growing. Hopefully by the end of this year we'll be able to get monetized, which is the goal for every YouTuber out there, to get monetized so that we can get a little bit of income back from what we do here. It takes a lot of time to do these videos, so appreciate everybody watching. And again, leave me some comments, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you can watch all the upcoming videos that will be coming out on this Austin Healey.